What up everyone, it's your boy X-Man87 here, bringing you a DC Multiverse video, and what I have for you today is the DC Multiverse Battle Scene 2-pack featuring Nightwing and Red Hood. Before I get into everything, if you could please drop a thumbs up like rating on the video, it'll help show your support for my channel and I greatly appreciate it. Now with that said, let's get it! Alright, so starting with things you'll get from the backdrop out of the box, you'll get the two bases, which is just a waste of plastic. And then you get two trading cards. And I do like the trading cards. They have this nice foil to it, so I'm a sucker for that. So these are nice. And then it has their bios on the back. This Red Hood is the Deathstroke number 15 from 2016. And this Nightwing is from the Nightwing number 1 comics back in 2011. Now putting this aside, as always, I will tell you what I like and what I don't like. And there's a lot of things that I don't like about this 2-pack. So taking a look at Jason Todd, aka Red Hood, he looks sexy as hell. I mean, this is a sexy ass looking figure. So I really dig the helmet. There are things I don't like about this figure as well. I will get into my gripes, but you know, just looking at him at first glance right here, he just looks freaking cool. Now, big gripe I have with Macfarlane figures, and it is their ball-jointed ankles. I cannot stand ball-jointed ankles. It never looks right, and it never functions right, in my opinion. It's done some good for some good figures, you know, I'm not gonna lie, but for the most part, they always look bad. Luckily for this Red Hood figure, you know, it doesn't look bad. It looks kind of hidden with all the like armored parts around it. The sculpting did a really nice job to hide it. With Nightwing, it's another deal. We'll get to that later. But yeah, something about the footing here, when I try to stand him, it just never comes out looking flush. For some reason, this leg, it just sticks out further out front. And if I try to get his legs even and try to position him, it just sometimes he just leans. This foot will end up bending in a lot more, and then he starts to lean forward, and it gets annoying. So I feel like it doesn't want to position where it's supposed to. It either goes too far up or too far down. So it's a pain to try to get him to stand vanilla. Alright, so Red Hood. I got this set mainly for Red Hood because I just love Red Hood. He's one of my favorite Batman characters. And the head sculpt here looks absolutely amazing. Damn, this looks good. Just taking a 360 look at this head sculpt. Wow. Yeah, the helmet came out looking really nice. And I like the sculpted lines right here. Kind of has this Iron Man look to it, right? And you get black around the eyes. The eyes are the white pupils. And yeah, that's a separate sculpt. It's odd to me that they gave this helmet some wrinkles, right? That's just weird. I really like this metallic paint. Came out really nice, almost a candy apple red. It just looks real good. Then we get to the jacket, and you know, the sculpt is pretty good. I like that. And then you get this armor right here. You know, definitely looks like a Nolan Trilogy armor with the Red Hood logo on it, which is just like a fat bat logo in red. Yeah, looking at the sculpt right there from the neck. You see this zipper line all the way down. The armor bits are sculpted nicely, so I do like that. The sleeves are rolled up right here. Then he has the inner part of the sleeve here, and then flesh tone showing, and then the wrist. This is so bad. It's only a wrist swivel. It is not a wrist hinge at all. Like, you got a gun-wielding character that can't even do a wrist hinge. This was a poor design right here. Like, look at how the wrist is positioned. Who the hell shoots a gun like this? It's all curled. It's not even right. It's supposed to be straightened. If you're shooting a gun, your freaking wrist is supposed to be straight. That is just how the wrist is. There is no hinge on it. It's so bad. Looking at the lower body, you got this belt right here with the straps that connect to the holsters. So I do like the mix of the gloss and the matted paint. That adds a neat touch. And you get some silver painted right there. You do get some nice sculpting on the legs. So they look really nice. You even get some nice wrinkles right there on the back near the butt. That looks pretty realistic. But there's a severe lack of thigh swivel. It's just basically almost non-existent. Better than most Macfarlane figures. But, you know, I just felt like they could have done a thigh cut right here. It would have been so much better. And I really don't like these thigh gaps you see right here. So when you know, spread his legs apart. It's too much going on there. It's like, oh, look, you can see his balls. See? Got the knee pads right there, and it looks like it's got some wear and tear. You can see some almost battle marks there, and the shin guards too, so that's really cool. And you know, it's all solid black color. Taking a look at the back of the legs, you know, the straps, the sculpts on the straps look really nice, and the shoes are really sculpted nicely. I mean, there's just no complaints there. You got some glossy treads on the bottom. Then for accessories, he comes with his 2 pistols, and they have the Red Hood logo sculpted on them, so that's pretty neat. I do dig that, and it's a nice silver metallic paint. And then you can just easily slide them into the holster. Now to cover articulation with Red Hood, his head moves, doesn't really move up, and it moves that far down, swivels, and it does pivot kind of good, so that's pretty decent. His arm moves about that far up, so that's pretty good. Moves down all around. You got the shoulder swivel, and he's got the bicep swivel right here at the cut of the sleeve on the jacket, so that's really cool. And then you got the double jointed elbows, and then you got the wrist swivel, no wrist hinge as I said. Double diaphragm joint, only moves that far forward. Come on, really? Double diaphragm joint? And then it moves that far back. That's alright. Then waist swivel, and it does pivot side to side nicely, and it rocks around. He can do a full split. Legs move that far up, that far back. Rocks around pretty nicely, I gotta say. And then the thigh swivel is non-existent. Like I said, that just limits the fun factor when it comes to posing. Come on, Macfarlane, try better. And then you got the double jointed elbows, no heel to the Red Hood butt. That's all you're gonna get. Then you got the ball jointed ankles, so they swivel. They move up, down, any direction you like. They pivot. And then you got the ridiculous toe joint that bends in that far. Looks like he broke the whole front part of his foot. Alright, now taking a look at Dick Grayson, aka Nightwing. This is a straight up repaint from that terrible Build-A Hot Wheels Batmobile wave. It's just in red instead of blue. And this is one of the most poorly designed figures out of the multiverse. It's just aesthetically unpleasing. The arms are just way too skinny. It doesn't match his body mass definition. I mean, that is a super broad chest you're looking at right there. And then you see his arms, it's just super skinny. Another thing that really bothers me is that when you look at him from the side and you see the torso cut right here, look how it's sticking out. That is just awful. Oh man, that's so bad. Like on the Red Hood, it's super clean. You know, you want to look at the difference right there. See how it's more streamlined and flush? See, that looks good, but this, no way. Again, taking a close look at those arms, they're just super skinny. And these wrists are super skinny. The ball joints make it look worse. Baby hands, he just, oh man. This is so bad. Just looks like he has no muscle definition on his arms whatsoever. Like this dude doesn't hit the gym at all. And then you got the Nightwing logo right there. You know, that looks good. I do like the colors. That's one thing I like. You know, as much as I love Nightwing in black and blue, that's my preferred color, but he looks good in black and red. You know, even worse when you get down here on the lower torso, this overlay piece, this freaking diaper is so bad. And I got some like oil residue right there too, so what is up with that? And even right there, look at that, man. He's got like freaking fart sweats right there. Damn. That is so bad. And looking at it from the side, it's just worse, man. It's all squiggly and like wrinkly, and it's just, oh, yeah, it's so bad. Looks like his fly's gonna poke out from the side. Definitely skipped leg day. Again, there's like lack of muscle definition here, you know? This whole unitard should have his muscle definition exposed, and I just felt like it just falls flat completely. The sculpting is nice on the costume, like the texture we get here and the lines and stuff, that looks cool. But it means nothing if you can't show Nightwing's physique to make that, you know, pop out and complement it nicely. You get some more red at the bottom there, you know, around the calves. And then this is even worse. Look at, oh god, these ball jointed ankles are so bad. Look at that, man. Looks like Barbara just bit his ankles and they're swollen. These ball jointed ankles are just awful. And with Macfarlane being so keen on aesthetic, you would think he would execute it perfectly. But in all reality, it is poorly executed here. The proportions on this figure overall is just sloppy. Best thing about this figure though is the head sculpt. That's one thing I really like. I do like the domino mask, the red eyes, the hair sculpt. I think that is perfect. I really like it. And it looks like his hair is wet with this glossy effect. You do get some blue comic shading, and it actually came out really perfect. I do got some paint missing right there on the side, on the domino mask, so that's unfortunate. But the other side is fine. Such a great head sculpt. Unfortunately, it's wasted by the atrocious body sculpt. Then for accessories, he comes with his iconic Eskrima sticks, and they are warped badly out of the package. And he has no problems holding his Eskrima sticks, so they fit in his hands nicely. And he's got these 2 hooks on the back, so you could just slide them in, and they just clip on. And, you know, that's great storage for the weapons, so that looks pretty cool, especially when you look at him from the front. He looks equipped. Now to cover articulation with Nightwing, his head moves that far up. It's much better than Red Hood, but again, 2 agile characters that could barely move their neck up. Not good. And then it moves that far down, left, right, and it does have a nice pivot to it. I do like that. And it rocks around, because there's also a ball joint right here at the neck, so that's helpful. His arms move that far apart. That's good, especially for leaping poses. Moves down all around, butterfly joints, and I forgot to mention that Red Hood does have butterfly joints, so yeah, good butterfly joints too. His shoulder swivel, bicep swivel, and then double jointed elbows have been really good, so I do like that. Wrist swivel, and the multi-directional ball jointed hinge. Double diaphragm joint, so it only moves that far forward. That's just poor. And then he moves that far back. Waist swivel and torso swivel, and it does pivot nicely to the side, and it rocks around. Legs can almost do a full split. It's Nightwing. He's supposed to do a full split. Damn it. And then his legs kick up really high. Holy crap. Look at that. And then kicks that far back, so yeah. This dude's looking like his logo right now. His legs don't rock around. It kind of has that T-crotch function, so no thigh swivel. Barely any thigh swivel. Come on. Double jointed knees and heel to the butt. At least they have that. And the ball jointed ankles swivels, moves up, moves down, and it pivots. And he's got the toe joint that moves that far up. Now for some comparisons, here is Red Hood next to a Marvel Legends Red Skull, Red Onslaught, Red Hulk, Red She-Hulk, Red Guardian, Red Goblin, Omega Red, and here's Red Hood next to some Red Rangers from the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. Here's our DC Multiverse Red Hood next to a DC Essentials Red Hood. I like the look on the Multiverse one more, but the articulation is better on the Essentials. For now, this Multiverse Red Hood will be the main Red Hood in my Batman display. For further comparisons, here is Red Hood and Nightwing next to a Mezco Sovereign Knight Batman and NECA Classic Batman. Here they are next to Azrael. Here they are next to a Hellbat suit. Here they are next to a Flashpoint Batman. Here they are next to some other creepy looking DC Multiverse figures. We have the Robin Crow and Devastator. And finally, here they are next to the Multiverse Arkham Asylum Joker and Batman. Only Joker Multiverse I own, but had to show off Red Hood next to a Joker in scale. Alright, and now to wrap things up, I said everything I needed to say about these figures in the video, so my final rating for this set is a 5 out of 10 total pass. Yeah, it's only half good as Red Hood is the only thing that's good about this set. My gripes aside, the sculpt work on Red Hood looks absolutely stunning, and they nailed the helmet, which is the key look to get right with this character. This Nightwing should go back to being called the Boy Blunder, as it's exactly a blunder in every sense of the word. The head sculpt is the only highlight about it, but not enough to save the figure. To rate them individually, I'd give Nightwing a 3 out of 10 feed it to my dog rating, and Red Hood a 7.5 out of 10 I'm with it rating. Would have been higher if I didn't have some of the problems I ran into. If you were disappointed by the overall 5 out of 10 low score, then same here. I feel bad too. I wanted to like this set as these are two of my favorite Batman characters of all time, but it's so underwhelming and left more to be desired. For $40, you don't get any extra hands at all. 2 guns, 2 Eskrima sticks, that's it. And also 2 useless bases and cards. Wasted budget that could have gone towards a more useful accessory or accessories. You're better off paying $20 for the single carded Red Hood. Please do that if you want him, as that's the justifiable way to go. I felt like I paid $40 for just a Red Hood with 2 guns, and that pains me to say it. For the price point, I feel that Macfarlane Toys should have given us way more than this. No value here. I can't do it anymore with them. I tried to get behind this line for an entire year, but Macfarlane Toys DC Multiverse has been nothing but lackluster so far. I can probably point about 5 to 10 great figures that stand out astonishingly, but the rest just falls flat on its ass. So I'll just be a super cherry picker with the line. Sucks because I love DC Comics, but seems like I'll have to get my DC fix with Mezco, Storm, and Mafex, as they have way better offerings. I just wish I could have had an array of DC characters for retail pricing, and that's where Macfarlane Toys is failing. The character selection is utterly poor. As much as I love Batman and all its characters, it's nothing but Batman characters, I feel, with a Wonder Woman or Superman sprinkled here and there. I have yet to get the definitive version of Red Hood and Nightwing, so I have to count on Mafex to deliver us comic accurate gold as they always do. Just give me a Nightwing with the classic black and blue like how he appeared in Batman Hush. I'm tired of seeing all these red hoods with the red Batman logos. For me, I need a Red Hood as how he appeared in the Under the Hood comic, where he looks more militant and tactical with a bike and biker jacket. Not like this, where he looks like he has a brown jacket over a Batman suit. We'll see who not only delivers this to us first, but also executes it, and I don't see Macfarlane Toys executing that at all. So my money is on Mafex. But to leave on a positive note, I really do hope to see more variety of characters, better articulation, better scaling between characters as many are off by a lot, more accessories, better design choices over dumb ones such as someone who curves their wrists holding a gun, or trigger fingers for non-gun wielding characters like they did with the animated series Superman. Just want to see bigger and better things for Macfarlane Toys' DC Multiverse line in the future. I'm hoping they can turn it around for me soon. Now I kick it back to you all. What do you think of this 2-pack? What would you like to see next for the DC Multiverse line? Any vehicles, characters, oversized characters, pets? Comment below, let me know, we'll chat about it. That was my review. Please follow me on Instagram if you haven't already, link is in the description below. Get your Macfarlane Toys DC Multiverse at Big Bad Toy Store, link is in the description below. Hit the notification bell so you always know when my latest videos are up. Share and subscribe if you're new. See you on the next video. Peace, peace.